Jonathan James. The name sends chills down the spines of security experts. Why? Because this kid, barely old enough to drive, did the unthinkable. He hacked NASA. He infiltrated the Department of Defense. He became a legend, a ghost in the machine before most kids his age even knew what hacking was. This is the story of a brilliant mind, a digital outlaw, and a life cut tragically short. It's a story about the allure of the forbidden, the price of freedom, and the unseen consequences of actions in the digital age. Jonathan's story starts like many others. Born in 1983, he grew up in South Florida. Computers fascinated him. They were his playground, his escape, his obsession. He devoured knowledge, teaching himself programming languages, operating systems, the very fabric of the digital world. He explored the internet's dark corners, learning the tricks of hackers and freakers. He craved knowledge, but also the thrill of the forbidden. His talent was undeniable. He could write code blindfolded, exploit vulnerabilities in systems most experts wouldn't even notice. He was a natural, a prodigy in the making, but this natural talent, coupled with a thirst for challenge, would soon lead him down a dangerous path. In 1999, at the age of 15, Jonathan James made history. His target, NASA, the agency responsible for space exploration, for pushing the boundaries of human knowledge, a symbol of American ingenuity. And Jonathan, a teenager from Florida, breached their defenses. He used his skills to gain access to their network, stealing software worth an estimated $1.7 million. This wasn't just any software. It was source code for the International Space Station, the crown jewel of space exploration, code that controlled critical life support systems. The impact was immediate. NASA shut down their network for 3 weeks, costing them valuable time and resources. The world watched in astonishment as a teenager, a kid with a computer, brought a giant to its knees. Jonathan James, the boy hacker, was suddenly a household name. The NASA hack was just the beginning. Jonathan's next target, the Department of Defense, the very heart of American military might. He infiltrated their network, gaining access to sensitive emails and passwords. He was a ghost, moving unseen through their systems, reading confidential communications, learning their secrets. He even intercepted messages between DoD officials, eavesdropping on their conversations. The Pentagon, the symbol of American military power, had been compromised by a teenager. The message was clear. No system, no matter how secure, was safe from a determined and skilled hacker. Jonathan James, the boy who hacked NASA, was now the most wanted hacker in the world. Jonathan's reign of digital dominance couldn't last forever. The FBI, with their best agents and resources, were on his trail. They tracked his every move, analyzed every keystroke, determined to bring him down. In 2000, the feds caught up with him. They raided his family home, seizing computers and equipment. Jonathan, the invincible hacker, was now just a teenager in handcuffs. He was charged with multiple felonies, facing years in prison. The boy who once roamed freely in the digital world was now trapped in the very real consequences of his actions. The justice system, slow and often unforgiving, was about to deliver its verdict. Jonathan's case sent shockwaves through the legal system. He was a minor, tried as an adult for crimes in a new and evolving realm. The judge, recognizing the unprecedented nature of the case, showed leniency. He was sentenced to 6 months house arrest and probation, forbidden from using computers for anything other than school or work. The boy who once navigated the internet like a digital god was now a prisoner in his own home. The experience changed him. The thrill of the hack was gone, replaced by the harsh realities of the legal system and the weight of his actions. He yearned for a normal life, for redemption, for a chance to put the past behind him. Jonathan's story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the power and danger of hacking. His exploits forced governments and corporations to rethink their security measures, to invest heavily in protecting their systems. He became an unintentional pioneer, his actions paving the way for a new era of cybersecurity. He showed the world that age was irrelevant in the digital realm, that even a teenager could bring down giants. His story resonated with many young hackers who saw him as a folk hero, a symbol of rebellion against authority. But his story also served as a warning, a reminder that even the most skilled hackers were not above the law. In 2009, tragedy struck. Jonathan James, once the world's most notorious hacker, took his own life at the age of 25. The reasons remain unclear, a complex mix of personal demons and the long shadow of his past. Some believe he was driven to despair, haunted by the consequences of his actions, unable to escape the label of hacker. Others believe he was a victim of his own brilliance, unable to find his place in a world that both feared and misunderstood him. Whatever the reason, his death sent ripples through the hacking community and beyond. It was a stark reminder of the human cost of cybercrime, the unseen toll it takes on those who dare to cross the line. Jonathan's death left many questions unanswered. Was he driven to suicide, or were there other factors at play? Did he regret his actions, or did he die believing he was simply a curious kid who made a mistake? We may never know the full story, the inner workings of a brilliant and troubled mind, but his story continues to fascinate and haunt us, a reminder that the digital world, for all its wonders, can be a dangerous and unforgiving place. Jonathan James, the boy who hacked NASA, left behind a legacy of innovation, destruction, and ultimately tragedy. His story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the digital age, actions have consequences. Jonathan James's story is more than just a tale of hacking. It's a story about curiosity, about pushing boundaries, about the allure of the forbidden. It's a story about the power and the danger of knowledge and the importance of using it wisely. His story should serve as a reminder to us all that the choices we make, especially in the digital realm, have consequences. We must strive to use our knowledge and skills for good, to build rather than destroy, to connect rather than isolate. Jonathan James' legacy is a complex one. He was a brilliant mind who made some very serious mistakes, but his story can teach us valuable lessons about cybersecurity, about ethics, and about the importance of using our skills for the betterment of humanity. Remember Jonathan James, not just for his hacks, but for the lessons his life and death taught us. Let his story serve as a reminder that even in the digital age, we are all connected, and our actions have the power to impact the world around us.